Hey YouTubers, it's Tony with Mayberry Mini Trucks. Today we have five mini trucks that we're going to video. We just got several vehicles in uh, the other day, but we have five left. And so these are the five that we're going to do. And before I get started, I'd like to just give you a little bit of very important information, and that is that Mayberry Mini Trucks does provide you with a title. So we got the law passed in North Carolina, signed by the governor, making mini trucks street legal. So since they're street legal, you're allowed to drive them on any roadway uh, posted 55 miles per hour or less. And it makes sense. I think a House representative from Moore County asked me. He said, "Do you have a problem with us restricting these off of the interstate highways?" I'm like, "No, no problem at all. It makes perfect sense because a mini truck's maximum reasonable speed is 60 miles per hour. 55 miles per hour would be nicer. And so you don't want to be on I-40 or I-95 or I-81 or whatever the case may be in a mini truck. They're great for driving all over town or to the next town over to get 95% of what you need to do done. But if you want to go from, say, oh, I don't know, from Asheville to Withville or from Wilmington to Raleigh, it's not a suitable vehicle for that purpose. And I have owned, I guess I might be up to 8,000, maybe not, but almost 8,000. I'm going to guess. I'm going to be conservative and say, be careful about it. I don't want to exaggerate, but nearly 8,000 vehicles. And so my opinion is a qualified opinion. That's why I say all that. So good for getting most of your stuff done, not for cross country travel. We also service our trucks. So we will put in brand new full synthetic 5W30 engine oil. New oil filter, new air filter. We'll check the front differential fluid, the rear differential fluid, the transmission fluid, the transfer case fluid, the antifreeze in the radiator, the battery. Make sure the clutch is good. If it's not, we replace the clutch, the throwout bearing, and the pressure plate. Automatic transmission, we check the automatic transmission fluid. And speaking of, oh, please subscribe to our channel. Just there's a little button that says subscribe. Hit that button. Check this out. Speaking of automatics. All right. So what we're doing here is these just came off the boat. And the first thing I do, I've always done this. Well, not, like 15 years ago, we were just a truck here and a truck there. But for the, majority of the years, I will do a video once they arrive to show you, hey, here's what just hit the ground. So these have not been priced. So don't say, hey, how much is that truck? We don't know yet because we don't really even know what we paid for it. So these just hit the ground and we have to, you know, make sure that they run properly and things like that. So every once in a while, we'll get a special truck. Now, this is the VIN number of said special truck. And look at that. They check them for radiation, which is good. All right. So now they check them in Japan and in the US for radiation. So this is called a pebble peck. So that's a little rust stain where a pebble would dink. That's what that is. Just dirt there coming around. We're looking for rust. And there is no rust around the perimeter of this windshield. Okay, now we're going to look for dings or dents. So I like to look very carefully to see what we've got. Guys, there's not a single ding on the front of this truck. It's beautiful. Now, the headlight is also very clear. This is called a headlight door. Very clear. The bumpers in good shape. These bumpers paint very nicely. I would, if you wanted to. They remove easily. I think it's 6 bolts or nuts, 6 nuts and 2 bolts maybe. And then you can wipe it with denatured alcohol or lacquer thinner, and then paint it with semi-gloss black paint. It's a very nice um, improvement to that truck. All right, now I'm going to come down. So no dings and no dents. Roof looks good too. We're coming down what's called the door pillar on the driver's side. And of course, vehicles from Japan are right-hand drive. So this is actually the driver's side. And we're looking for damage. And guys, I am so encouraged. Man, that looks nice. This is just dirty. That's not even a scratch. All right, let's look for. Okay, so no, yeah, no, that's not a ding. If you can see it, you can call it a ding. But I'm going to say that might be a factory characteristic from so yeah, that's a ding. I mean, it's like somebody leaned up against it at dinner. Maybe. So I doubt you'll ever be able to see that. Okay. The tires, good. Not great, but good. We do have really good tires, so we have to look under here, guys. Is that not remarkable? We just imported, look at that. That's beautiful. Man, is that nice. We just imported 800 Yokohama Geolanders. Guys, to say that this bedside panel is straight is to say almost nothing at all. It is so straight, it is crazy. I mean, you could check the the you could check. Wow, that's beautiful. You could check a straight edge on that thing to see if the straight edge is any good. All right, now for the bed. Look at this. Look at this. Man, oh man, is that pretty? Look at this. Now, on a Subaru Sambar, we pay close attention to the condition of the washers on the engine cover. Why? Okay, this is called a four-washer truck. All four washers are in complete, they're whole. If all four washers are nice, then we can pretty much stop the video here because that means the rest of the truck's also going to be nice. There's a correlation between the condition of the engine cover washers and the rest of the vehicle. Now, let's look under the bed. This is really what matters. So the previous owner did paint the frame. So I can tell because there is a drip there. This is a location of your VIN number on a Subaru Sambar. So yeah, they painted the frame, but guys, they did not paint it to conceal damage. They painted it because they loved their truck. This is surface rust right there. So, from stand on the highway or whatever. Um, but it's not rust through. That's my point. Very nice back here. Now for the tailgate. Guys, one super tiny ding right there. The engine cover looks good. It does have one dent right there. If you really wanted to, you could push that out. But here's the cool thing. Supercharged. So this is a supercharged automatic four-wheel drive Subaru Sambar. What does this say? Huh. Baseball. Baseball is so big in Japan. I mean, it has been for years. Guys, this bedside panel is stunning. Stunning. Beautiful. tire is good, good, maybe very good, but certainly good. All right. So yeah, they painted their frame, but again, you can see probably that it is to say that the frame is whole and complete is also not an exaggeration. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's the fuel tank on the Subaru right there. That is the fuel door. Look at the back of this cab, guys. Now, coming down the door post, this is the door post. On the passenger side, another good tire. Boy, is that pretty. Let's look at the door. Guys, that door, ding free. No, it's not. No, it's not. There's one ding, tiny. Can you see that? Right there. One ding. Wow. We are being so picky, but I like it. I like to be picky. Have you ever heard of the saying persnickety? All right, look at the gold patina on that Japanese hardware. That is a very good sign. Very good sign. Beautiful. Boy, guys, look at that. Let's look under the floor mat. Beautiful. The chopsticks will come with the vehicle. Those will remain. That is like OEM chopsticks. OEM chopsticks. That is your fuel door release. Okay. Don't want to risk hitting that. Boy, look at the inside of this door panel. That is flawless. Again, look at the gold patina on that piece of hardware there. I say that because there's a correlation between the patina and the condition of the truck. Why? Because it was kept indoors. That's why. Look at that, guys. Just dirty. That's dirt. No big deal. Now, this was already unsnapped. That might be hard to get snapped back on. I'm not going to mess with it on the video. Nice floor mat. I like that. Subaru Sambar floor mat. Guys, the seat looks very nice. All right, so 46,056, that's 26,6 mileage. Beautiful. Beautiful. Guys, this is a unicorn. This is a unicorn Subaru Sambar automatic four-wheel drive Japanese mini truck. Unicorn. What is a unicorn? A unicorn is a truck that you show up to Cars and Coffee with, and everybody drools and says, "Wow, that's nice." I mean, it's just stunning. All right, here we go. Look at that supercharger. Let's try. I want to take it for a drive. I can't help myself. Let's take this for a drive. A little bit tight here, but the mini truck is nimble. Notice I palm the wheel. So I just want to go up the road and back down the road. We haven't serviced this truck yet, so I don't want to, you know, drive it too much, like not on the road. Not till we, uh, change the oil and the filters and stuff like that. Okay, now let's do a U-turn. I've got four more trucks to video. Look at that tight turn radius. All right, so let's do an off the line start. Here we go. Three, two, one, go. Nice. Man, this thing really does have better power. But a supercharged mini truck doesn't make it go faster on the top end. What do I mean by that? It's not going to go 100 miles an hour. It's not going to go 70 miles an hour. Will it actually do it? Yes, but you risk damaging the vehicle. What will it do then? It'll get to 60 miles per hour much more briskly. So that is what it will do. It'll get you there quicker. This is a tutorial on parallel parking, one of the more menacing things in adult life. All right, now I'll stop there, put the wheel this way. Nice. What a nice mini truck. Man, is this thing beautiful. So, how did I do parallel parking? I guess that's okay. Yeah. All right. Next, after that, I mean, it's going to be hard to top that. Okay, HA4. This is a four-wheel drive Honda going around the perimeter here of the windshield, looking very nice. Ooh, that's, man, we have been absolutely treated very roughly by customs for years. I mean, we've just done it so long. They don't have anything personal against us. That's just how they are. They're doing their job, and I want to be a cooperative player. I understand they're trying to look for things coming into the United States that should not be. Um, now they are looking for invasive species, like bugs that are not indigenous to the United States. Boy, is that pretty, guys! Not a single ding ding free, coming down the door pillar, ding free. Wow, that is very nice. Look at that, aluminum rims. Nice. Wow, that looks good under there. One ding. One ding right there, and a scratch there. A Honda. Put this battery cover in the floor pan or on the seat that way. We don't want that getting lost. Okay, on a Honda, it's hard to see underneath the truck. There's not a lot to see. The frame is integral with the bed. Nice wheels and tires. Those are very good. Guys, look at this bed. And the previous owner, for some reason, put this piece of metal here. That's aluminum. Okay, look at this. Guys, that is stunning. This is what stunning looks like. Look at that. Oh, I almost said ding free. There is a tiny, is that a ding? That, yeah, that's a tiny ding from the inside out, right underneath the Honda logo. I don't know if you can make that out. I wanted to say perfect, but it's not. Beautiful plastic. Look at the exhaust on this thing. Look at the mud flap. Beautiful plastic over here. Beautiful mud flap. That's nice. The bed is spectacular. Okay, so we have two tiny, tiny dings, one here and one here, very small. Never been used. Yeah, there's not a lot to see under a Honda. It's very difficult. So all four wheels match, which obviously is important. Okay, look at what they did. They wrapped rubber. Okay, this is a harbinger, a good harbinger. So harbinger can imply a negative connotation, but I think harbinger can also be used in a positive way. This piece of rubber that they lashed on to their ear was to protect the paint finish on the ear. That is a good forecast. That's a good leading indicator of what we're going to see in the remainder of our survey. Guys, no dings on that door post. Boy, is that pretty. Tiny pencil point ding there. Guys, that is gorgeous. The whole side of this truck. Now, beautiful under the floor mat. Beautiful on the inside of the door panel. Not even UV damaged on a Honda. Typically, the door panels are UV damaged. A little bit of change of color from there to there, but not much. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. So, this toolkit, you take a rubber band and you stretch it from there around the toolkit and then there. So, it hooks around the toolkit and holds that in place right there. That's where that is supposed to go. So, for now, we'll put it there. That jack has never been used. All right. Beautiful. 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 Man, the whole truck is gorgeous. Nice. Nice. Look how clean the heads of those Phillips screws are. That's a good sign. That means it doesn't have a lot of use. I'm curious to see what the mileage is on this. I would submit it's probably low. That is nice. All right, so we do have a separation right there, 3 inches wide. Oops, went down in the seat. That's a good storage place if you want a place to put things on a Honda. That's your brake fluid. 48509. So that's like 20, 20. That's 30,000 miles. 29.5, I'm gonna say. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Guys, this is a unicorn. Another unicorn. Two in a row. One unicorn, two unicorns. Unicorn four-wheel drive Honda Acty. Now we have a Suzuki. It's silver. Now, I'm curious, is it silver from the factory? That's what we are going to be looking for here. DD51B, that means something different, the B. And typically it means a dump, but it could also mean a three-way dump. I haven't seen a three-way dump forever. Three-way dumps are cool. I used to see them a lot more. No rust on the periphery here of the windshield. Now we're looking for dings and dents. None. None. So mini trucks do come in silver, but that doesn't mean this one came that way. But I will find out. You got some dings right there. Now coming down the door pillar, we have um we have an impact there. So just a little bit, nothing much. Oh, look under here. It is silver. That's interesting, but I'm not convinced yet. Hmm, no, this is not a factory silver truck because in here it's white. So they repainted it, but they did a very nice job. I mean, they did under the bed. They really did a good job because they took the time to paint the frame and underneath the bed. So while I'm not a big fan of repainting vehicles, at least not in the United States, you know, really, when you repaint a vehicle, it's easy to cover stuff up. So we have to look very carefully. But that looks pretty darn good. That really does. So I'd say they just wanted it to be silver. They wanted it, but mini trucks did come in silver, but very rarely. Looks good up there. Nice. And that seam looks good. Just a little, oxidization, but it's not rust damaged. Okay, so I'm going to let this back down. Oh, this has diff lock. That is your differential lock unit. It actually causes the rear axle to be solid. This is your safety mechanism. So you flip that up and then it keeps the bed from lowering down on you if say your hose becomes disconnected. Um, nobody can lower it on you inadvertently. Now we're going to lower the bed. We do that. You don't have to start the truck to lower the bed. It simply opens a solenoid, which allows the hydraulic fluid to return to the tank. All right, so now we're going to look at the bed of the truck. So here's the most important place where the bed floor meets the front of the bed, and it is solid, no damage. Just been used. You can see all the scratches. Now this has been repaired there and there. So now let's lift it back up again and take a closer look at that and see what's going on underneath because that's what really tells the story. Okay, so you can see here there was a little bit of repair and there. Oops, but that's it on the bed. Under here, it's completely solid, right? No damage here, but it looks like they put something in there and it poked a hole in the bed and then they repaired it on top there and there. And they did a good job. I would say that you're not going to have any trouble if you were to say want to use it for gravel or mulch or firewood. I don't think that's going to haunt you. But I want to be um, transparent and show you, just relentlessly disclose, what I see. Here we have several dings and dents. Several dings and dents. The plastic is quite remarkable, actually. For a dump, you expect the truck to be a little rougher because it's a dump. And dumps, When somebody in Japan buys a dump, so this side has dings down the side panel. When somebody in Japan buys a dump, man, that's a really nice tire. They have a reason. They plan on using it. So typically dumps are in rougher condition. All right, so now uh, one ding, pretty remarkable. That's in really good condition. The door panel is not even picked. Very nice. I'm kind of entangled in the brush here, and I don't want to have a tick get on me. This is tick season. Um, let's see. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so this is a 5-speed dump. That's also, I think, worth pointing out. Oh, that's also nice. That means it's a factory dump. I mean, almost all dumps are factory. I'd say 95% of them. We used to convert dumps. Suzuki DD51T and DB51T are the two. We have a tear there, side split. The seat actually is in good shape were it not for that side split. So 56.9, 57,000. That's like 30,000 original miles. The interior of this dump really looks quite nice. Next, we have a Subaru. There's the VIN number coming around, looking for rust. We don't have any rust. Now we're going to look for dings and dents. Guys, this truck is ding free on the front. Good looking bumper, too. Now let's come down the door pillar. Beautiful. Very nice. Boy, look at that tire. Beautiful. Oh, man, is that pretty? One ding right there. Wow. Look underneath this bed, guys. So they did put a sealer on here, but they did not conceal damage. This is a beautiful bed. It's a 4-washer truck. One, two, three, four. 4-washer truck. Now, guys, this is almost ding free. We have a tiny ding here from the inside out and even smaller ding there. Engine cover looks good. Plastic looks good. Guys, this is gorgeous. What a beautiful bedside panel. One ding right there. Beautiful tires. Man, are those nice. Boy, is that clean under there? Wow, wow, wow. Let's look down the door post. Back of the cab looks really good too. Man, this thing did not get much use. Guys, this is ding free. Unbelievable. Wow. All right, what else do we have here? Wow, is that beautiful? Look at that. Look at that. Man, clean as a pin. Oh my word, look at that. Oh boy. All right, now let's keep. We're not done yet. Stunning. Stunning. I mean, look at this. Beautiful. Not a factory floor mat, but that's okay. Guys, look at the interior of this vehicle. 38,377. So that's like 24,000 original miles. Unbelievable. Guys, Another unicorn. That's a unicorn. One, two, three unicorns out of five trucks. I doubt we have another unicorn, but let's see what we've got here. So this is the VIN number. There. Okay. And now we're going to take a look at the vehicle. So the first thing I notice is that the front of the headlights are beautiful. They don't have any fog. Now, these are particularly nice, and I would suspect that the previous owner may have replaced them because they just look so clear. Um, my camera is okay. There we go. Sorry, guys. Minor technical snafu there. So the headlights look very, very clear. Um, so let's look at the rest of the truck and see if the rest of the truck looks as nice as as the headlights. I mean, look at that. I mean, I wonder if those are LED. They could be LED. I don't know. What I see a dent. All right, so let's go in order here. I like to look at the perimeter of the windshield, see if we have rust. So let's do that. But yeah, my gimbal was actually acting up there. It goes on follow mode. Okay. So guys, no rust on the windshield gasket. Now, I'm gonna take a look here. We have a dent there, and I wonder if it says they're LED. Wonder if they've converted this truck to LED. Because those don't look. All right. So just one dent. Turn the headlights on and see what. Yeah, they are LED. No, they're not. Those are incandescent. But boy, are they pretty. Look how clear those are. That's an important sign. Oh, the mileage. Wow. Man, what's up with that? So there's a seat belt thing tied there. But let's make sure this seat belt works properly. Okay. So let's look at this seat belt and make sure. I thought something was strange that they had that tied there. So they were using that as their seat belt. Um, the retracting device is locking up here. So let's look at that more closely. And if we need to, we need to buy another one perhaps and replace it. Okay. Coming down the door pillar, ding free. Unbelievable. Ding free. Very nice. A good tire. Not a stunning, not great, not very good, just good. Very nice under there. This bedside panel has one ding, two dings. One there and one there. The bed is phenomenal. Absolutely beautiful inside the bed. Oops. My latch up here. Okay. We have a few dings, probably half a dozen dings on the tailgate, just interspersed down the tailgate. And this has two dings, one there and one there. Now, let me tell you what this is. This means that these were never used. They never folded these down. And this pin inside this loop rusted because it's metal on metal. And then somebody came along and lowered the bedside and bent the strap. So that pin needs to be hammered back out that way. And then this needs to be wrapped back around the pin and it'll go back in. That's how that's repaired. Beautiful engine cover under the bed. Good looking wheels. That's a factory water-based paint dot right there. And there. Very pretty under here. So that is not a big deal there, but I used to see that a lot. But that pin, again, rusted in there and just no longer articulates. So you have to hammer it out with a drift pin or just whatever screwdriver. And then you wrap that back around the pin, and the bed sides come off. You just slide them out. They're designed to come off if you want to, but nobody probably ever takes them off. Coming down the door post, ding free, guys. That's a mark. That's not a scratch. And here is the inside of the wheel well on the passenger side. Now let's open the door. Guys, look how beautiful that is. Wow. That is nice. Okay, now let's look under here. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that. Okay, so something spilled there. That's liquid. Um, let's go around to the driver's side. Let's take a look over here. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just some picks. Can you see those picks? There's three. Um, another blue water-based dot. That is important because that water-based paint, after a while, gets rubbed off on the highway by the dirt. And if it's still there, that means the truck is very lightly used. These are leading indicators of what kind of condition the truck is going to be in when you're looking at it. Look at that beautiful headliner. There it is. And there's the final proof, 23,866. So this guy's, it's like 14,000 original miles. Unbelievable, but not a unicorn. I'm not going to call it a unicorn, but it's beautiful. Low, low miles. Guys, that concludes our video today of our 5 mini trucks that just came in from Japan. So I I just had TV Asahi come out here and do a documentary. They interviewed me about the 25% tariffs. And as far as I know, the tariff, we already pay 25% tariff. So I think that we are going to be spared an additional 25%. So there's news you can use. I don't think it's going to be 50%. There was talk that it was going to go an additional 25%, but I don't think that's the case. I had two sources that were somewhat reliable telling me get ready for 50%, but I think we're already at 25% and there we will remain. So yeah, we do pay a 25% tariff on our trucks. And guys, we price our trucks, we want to make a fair profit. but we base the price on what we pay for the truck. So if we pay a lot for a truck, like that supercharged automatic truck, no telling what we paid for that, but I'm sure it was a lot. It was a unicorn too, which is amazing. But all right, I'm already running pretty long on this video. I'm going to not extend it further by going down rabbit trail after rabbit trail, which I am known to do. But guys, I really appreciate you watching our video. Thank you for subscribing to our channel. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. And that helps our search analytics and it makes it easier for you to find our channel. So you'll see a little button on your screen, subscribe, just hit that button and then hit notification. And you'll be notified when we post a YouTube video to our YouTube channel. And then if it's something you're looking for, you just, give us a call. Our telephone number is 336-970-3885. That's Justin. And I do appreciate you watching our video.